All right, we just want to make sure that the car can travel clearly over the bridge, and that passes. And then the hardest part is making sure that the maximum number of members of sticks or partial sticks is less than 200. So if a stick is cut in half, it's considered 2 pieces if it's glued on here. So we have to count there, whether it's partial or full, whether it's 200 pieces. And this is the longest part of it. So I usually leave this to the end, but I will manually count these sticks to make sure that there's less than 200 here.
Right now?
So I'll come back to this a little bit later. Next thing is that we want to make sure that there's only glue at the joints, which it looks like there is only glue at the joints here.
Let's highlight that.
So you notice there isn't any gluing on the insides here. There's only here at these joints here, here, and here. It's a pretty well built bridge. So we check that. Also, we want to check that each stick that has been glued less than 50%, which is very clear. There's no excess gluing. You could have glue on one side and then on the top and on the edge, and that would be considered 50%. You could also do partial glue here on this side and then 50% on the other side. They would also be okay. And it looks like this bridge has less than 50% gluing on each stick. There are no I-beams here or T-sections. None of the sticks are painted or treated, and that's true. This isn't so much, I would not consider this paint, it's just more of the drafting of when the bridge was being built. The bridge has an open top and no roof covering. This is also another place where students lose points. They'll put a roof over the bridge, and that will be a disqualification. And so sometimes that forces us, in order for them to qualify, for us to break the bridge upside down, which then of course means that the bridge is not at the max capacity. So this is good here. The next thing that you'll be checking is for the 3x3, 3.5 by 3.5 area for placement of the plate. And this looks like this is going to be good. I brought with me the official plate going to be used at Mesa Day. And it will be placed in the center. That seems to be perfect, so that passes as well. Bridge has support sustainable for placement on testing fixture. And on this type of bridge, it's very important to note that these have ended at this level, so I could actually put the bridge on the frame like so. And that's what we're going to be looking for. If these were to go all the way to the end, it would be a disqualification, because then I wouldn't be able to fit the bridge inside of the 2 sections so that the device can go on top. So this is good. And the next thing I'm going to be checking is to make sure that there's no substructure underneath that's going to be interfering with this testing fixture, and that seems to be good as well. So the first pass over for specification, this bridge would pass, and we would go back and just deduct the 10% for the no labeling. Next thing is the actual dimension test. So I'm going to be checking to make sure that the bridge at the longest point is not greater than 17 inches or 43.2 centimeters. And that is less, and we'll want to note exact length, which is 39 centimeters and a half. So that's good. Minimum horizontal length is less than 15, so this upside down. I'm also looking for 38.1. Which is the entire length of the bridge, which is still, even at the shortest point, is still 39 and a half. So this bridge is good. Maximum width is less than 5 inches, which is 12.7 centimeters, and that's exactly 10 centimeters, so that's good. Needs to be less than that. Minimum width at every point has to be at least over 4 inches or over 10.16 centimeters. This bridge needs to be careful because it's almost exactly 10 centimeters, so I'm going to be checking some of these widths in here in the center to make sure that it's at least 4. If I can get my measuring device through. That barely passes.
Okay, let me get a different angle of that one too.
See that measurement there? It's 10.25 centimeters, so it barely passes. All right. So that passes as well. The minimum width of the open roadway running the entire length of the bridge has to be over 3.5 inches. So we look for the spot that is the shortest, because throughout the entire site it has to be 3.5 inches or above. And it seems like this is going to be the shortest side here. And that's over 8.89 inches, or 8.89 centimeters, which is 10.25. So that's good. Maximum height above the roadway has to be less than 7 inches, which it is. There's no roadway above it, so like a 0.0 centimeter, so that's good. And maximum depth, it can't be any, from this point down, it can't be lower than 8.89 centimeters, which is 7.25 centimeters, so that's good. So this bridge would pass the test. It would be ready to be crushed.
And then we would just confirm that fewer than 200,
200 centimeters.
popsicle
Yeah,
sticks
so
were used.
this one I'd have to count. So now I have to sit here and count.